A warm welcome to all of you who are attending this webinar for the first time today. This is going to be a very interesting webinar. We have waited a long time for this webinar to happen, this launch rather, not really a webinar. This is more like an event that we wanted to conduct. Like there's something really interesting that we have done here. And we're going to the extent of saying that this is the future of online learning, because we know what we have done is basically what we have created now is basically gonna revamp the entire learning curve of a lot of students who prepare for not just the GMAT, but general for any aptitude test. So this is basically an event around that, but just I want to make sure all of you can hear me loud and clear. So I can see all of you can hear me. That's great. So I'm going to end the poll now. Now, quickly, before we get started, just to see there are a good number of students with me already in the session today. I would like to know how many of you are GMAT Viz students. About 40% of you are not GMAT Viz students. So that's a good number. That's a good mix of people. So guys, I'm going to tell you all about what we are launching. So Julia, I also can't wait to actually tell you about the new features. So let's quickly get to that. Okay, so very quickly, I'm just gonna give you an overview or unveil the new features that we have launched today. And actually, it's like I'm gonna go into the depth of each of them, and I'm gonna tell you what is the reason behind creating each of them. But right now, I want to just give you a quick overview of what we have done today, like what we have launched today. So Shubham, I'm happy to know that you have actually found the updates too good, and we have actually spent a lot of our time and effort planning each single one of those features that we have created, and each of them serve a very unique purpose. So the first thing that we have developed and launched is core weakness analysis. Again, and this is the next level analysis, guys. This is not the general analysis that you see. Okay, you just get the data or you see just numbers. No, we want to make sure that it's dummy proof, it's foolproof. We don't even want you to analyze the data. That's how simple we have made it. At a click of a button, you can actually work on your weaknesses right away and improve them. So we are using next level AI, next level machine learning to actually do this in front of you. The second thing that we have launched, and again, I'm going to go into depth of each of them, and I'm going to show you what I mean by each of this is. But second thing that we have done is we have also launched assisted quizzing via VizQuiz, or earlier we used to call it Quizard. So we have completely revamped the name as well. VizQuiz is what we have launched, and we have now created assisted quizzing mechanism. So if you don't want to know how to quiz, again, gone are the days when you're just taking random quizzes, you're just taking random practice quizzes. This is the common question which I hear from students. No, we want you to take assisted quizzing through VizQuiz, okay? And we have also launched a progress plan for mocks. And this is a new frontier in mock tests, trust me, guys. Most of you who talk to me after taking a mock, they tell me, okay, what do I do next, Piyush? I don't know. I've taken a mock test. Like, what do I do next? We have made it so simple that after taking a mock test, now all you have to do is click on a single button. And what you need to do is right in front of you. You don't have to even think about what I need to do. You don't have to think about going through analysis. You don't have to think about ESRs. You don't have to think about data. You just have to work on what you need to work on. And I'm making all these claims because we have actually done this. So I'm going to show you that as well. The next thing which we have created is Viz Mentorship. Now, what is Viz Mentorship? This was a design that we actually configured or thought of in 2019 end. We were so excited to see this that, okay, why not? Like, this is a concept, very unique concept. Then when we are having such a great data architecture and tech, why not make a mechanism where a student can ask a mentor 24/7 in real time based on the data? The Viz Mentor, which is a basically AI-driven mentor, can tell you some amazing insights, which which probably a private tutor or a real tutor will give you. So how do we do this? And we have cracked, and in fact, this is one piece which we have developed now, and we are going to continue innovating this very further to take it to the next level altogether. Okay, and Shivam, a very good point. We actually the next thing which I was trying to talk about is what you just said, OG analysis and error logs. So if you actually struggle with error logs, okay, how do I keep error logs? How do I make error logs? We don't want you to make error logs in simple terms, okay? We want you to just use our mechanism, just use our OG quizzing, and the error logs will be as easy as it goes, okay? It's gonna be smooth for you. You'll get automated error logs with each and every solution of the OG, okay? And the next thing that we have done is we have also launched a very controlled personalization. Again, as I said, we don't believe in one size fits all at all. We don't believe in one size fits all. So we had personalization from the day one, but now what we have launched is a very, very controlled personalization. Okay, so this is just about the core features. I'm going to talk about each one of them at length. I'm going to tell you what each of one of them mean and how you can use it as well to make your learning much more effective. But obviously, if I have to talk about that, and I don't talk about Viz 1.0, it will be actually just half the story, because what all we have done today is basically to take your learning to the next level. But we have already created something before this, like for the last 1.5 years, which was actually miles ahead of the curve. And I want you guys to get a good idea about that before we proceed. And I want you to take a step back. Before I talk about 2021, July 1st, when we have launched Viz 2.0, I want you guys to understand what we did in Viz 1.0, why we did that, because that's what will build the entire base for Viz 2.0. Okay, so that is something which we'll be doing. Chiranjeev, don't worry. If you have taken a mock, don't get discouraged by a low score. It happens all the time. If I tell you my first ever mock score, you'll not probably believe it. I scored a verbal 13. Okay, I was that bad in the very first mock, but I ended up with a 740. So it's definitely possible, and we can help you get there. So Chiranjeev, again, there are a lot of steps involved. I'm going to talk about a lot of them right now today with you as well. Okay, so let's get going. So if I try to remember or recollect my first few days when I started, when I actually started my prep, this is how I started my prep. This is how you used to look at. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because this is how most people start. When they think about GMAT, the thought that comes to their mind is quant is equal to mathematics and verbal is equal to English. Sentence correction is equal to grammar, reading comprehension is equal to reading. So they think about GMAT in this fashion, and studying to them is completing the syllabus which is given maybe in the OG official guides or elsewhere, and then it's just about practicing. Now, this is a common thought process that most people have. Now, I want you guys to step back and probably look at, if you're just started your prep, that's good. But if you have started your prep with GMAT Viz already, I want you to step back a little and think about and tell me, what were the major pain points that you faced when you started studying? And I'm recollecting those days when I was a student myself, because when we started GMAT Viz, we wanted to solve some core pain points which were there in the industry, which students used to face, which I faced, which Shakib faced. Shakib is our lead architect for the entire product that you're going to see today. He has developed every single thing which we are talking about with our technology and product team, Utkarsh and other people. But he was the lead architect, design thinking, all those things that he did was keeping the student in mind. So very important for us to first understand what are the pain points that you guys faced. So if you faced any problems, any issues, any pain points during your prep before taking the GMAT Viz course, I'm talking about those who are GMAT Viz students, and those who are not GMAT Viz students, tell me about general pain points that you face. What are the problems that you face on a daily basis when you're studying? What are the problems that you face? You can go ahead and type it in the chat. I just want to see your responses. Don't be shy. I know it's not anonymous, but don't be shy. Just tell us what are the problems that you face, because I'm going to talk about some problems and I want to see whether we were able to capture the main problems or not. Okay, I don't see any comment as of now. I believe that you guys are still typing in. So waiting for your thoughts. Okay. Suchet says how to plan and manage the curriculum. Okay, good point, Suchet. Very, very big problem area. In fact, that was, if I have to pinpoint one single problem, that was it. It's like, as I said, completing the syllabus and practicing is what people think about this when they think about the syllabus. That's what their thought process is. Okay, Chiranjeev says, I just don't know where to start and how to proceed further. Okay, dedicated time, how to give dedicated time on consistent basis is what David says. Okay, I don't know how to do that. What to study on any given day, Rahul, another very valid point. Not able to use the theory while solving the question, Dushyant says, I don't know how to apply that theory. Okay, Shivam says, I was not able to identify my weaknesses before joining Viz. Okay, that's good to know that now you're not having that problem. But before joining Viz, you are facing difficulty in understanding your weaknesses. Okay, Mansi also says, I don't know where to start, finding the time and motivation to study, how much study is good enough for a good score? Okay, so yeah, very valid point, guys. In fact, as working professionals, if you are actually preparing for GMAT as a working professional, the first and foremost problem that most people face, that most working professional face, is planning their studies. Most people have to plan their studies themselves. They don't know how to work around, how to create a study plan, what to do on which day. I have seen people having these problems. Okay, I have faced these problems myself. I joined the coaching institute back then, and what I did was that I just focused on completing the material. I had no idea how to plan my studies. I was just doing study material, and even those study plans which are available, like 1 month, 3 months, 6 months plans, were very templatized. They were not personalized to me. They were not personalized to my learning pace, my learning curve. All of those were a problem. I didn't know how to analyze my strengths and weaknesses. Some of you were saying that I don't know how to analyze my strengths and weaknesses. So it's very important that you understand that. And it's something which is a very big pain point in real terms, that there's no individual attention which is provided in the industry. And trust me, I feel very closely for the students, because I have been a student and I have been a tutor. I have taught at some of the top institutes, including Time, EGMAT, and a few other coaching institutes as well, or course providers. But I felt sometimes really bad for the students, because once your money is in the institute, they sometimes stop caring about you. They sometimes don't provide you the right tools to learn. And we wanted to solve those problems. And in fact, it was not just me who were facing these issues. I found that there were more students who were coming across the same problems, same common pain points. Okay. And we thought, okay, and honestly speaking, when we came across these pain points, and you guys would have also thought about these problems yourself. You might have discussed these problems with other students. And we used to do that same thing. We used to say, okay, yeah, I understand this is a problem, but how do I solve it? We don't know how to solve it. So we used to spend a lot of our time unnecessarily on the problem statement. But in 2019, we decided that no, it's not going to happen anymore. We are not going to focus on the problem. We want to focus on the solution. And today, technology is so advanced that actually, if you use technology in the right possible fashion, we can provide a solution which can actually solve all problems of all students that exist today. And we wanted to bring something, build something which makes life simple for students, which makes life easy for students. We had when I say we, I mean we, me, Shakib, Sunita, Utkarsh, who were there in the industry. Like, we had a combined experience of more than 30 years in teaching. Okay, we thought, okay, no, we are going to use technology and we are going to make life simple for students. Obviously, we were short on resources. We did not have reviews. We did not have a marketing money to talk about. But we said we are going to build a product. And that's when we launched Viz 1.0. And it took us one entire year, guys. It was not an easy job. It was not at all an easy job. I remember starting working from literally 8 in the morning, working till 12 in the night, every single day, almost for the entire year. Like, some weekends I used to take off. Most of them were not even available for that. We spent a lot of time on creating a data architecture, creating a lot of content. And it's not just about tech, it's also about content. Imagine it this way. See, if I create the best technology without a proper content, it's not going to work out. So Shakib, Sunita, they gave their 100% into building a content which is amazing, which is creating which creates a different way of learning, application focused learning. So someone was saying that I'm not able to apply my learning. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted you to apply your learnings in a very, very organized fashion. So we spent an entire year creating this. And I want to talk about that first before going into Viz 2.0, so that you have an understanding that what all has gone behind creating this tool. So we spent one entire year, a lot of time and energy into creating Viz 1.0. And what we created was, in simple terms, that I want to show you. This is Viz 1.0, which is there since 2020, which is there being used by most of you who are GMAT Viz students. It's very important that we talk definitely about this. So what we did is we said, okay, you don't know how to plan. You don't know how to start. You don't need to worry about it. You are a student. You're not supposed to think about that as of now, because if you want to really understand that, that's a very complex thing. After 10 years of experience, I could now understand that, okay, what is the right way of planning? So why do you need to put in your effort and time into that? If we can create a technology which can actually do that for you by asking some simple questions, why not create a mechanism like that? And that's when we created this tool. You just come to our website, you create a simple, basically mechanism where you answer some questions. So what we do is when you come to our website for the very first time and you create a free trial account, you are automatically taken to this particular page. Okay, you just have to answer some questions. For example, what is your target GMAT score? For example, what is your current mock score or GMAT score? If you know that, put that in. Okay, you put in your quant and verbal scores. You just tell the portal that, okay, my quant score is this much, my verbal score is this much. Just tell the portal that. It takes all this into account because it needs to know your strengths and weaknesses. It needs to know where you're good and where you're bad. And if you don't know something, just fill it as I don't know it and tell how much time is available per week with you, because we don't want to give a templatized study plan to you. We want a plan which you can work on, which you can execute, and which you can actually manage. So this is what the AI then does. It uses all these things. It identifies the right learning order for you. And this learning order is very different for every student depending on how much data you are able to provide to the AI. So it's possible that you can have verbal first or quant first, you can have sentence correction first or critical reasoning first, or even reading comprehension before RC, SC, whatever. So all this is taken care of by the AI automatically live in front of you. And it sees how much time do you need to spend on each and every area. And the outcome is a very simple study plan that you just have to execute. So you will be taken to a page right now in just 1 second where you will see that all you have to do is in the current week, it tells you clearly how much effort you have to put in, how many videos you have to watch, how many quizzes you have to take. And it's not a template, guys. This is integrated with the course. You click on the start button, it takes you to what you need to do. Okay, so Pulkit, I'll definitely answer your question. So this basically makes sure all the learning is here. If you want to take a quiz, it's right there in the study plan itself. And guys, I'm still talking about Viz 1.0. Those who are GMAT Viz students would have experienced this themselves here already. But this makes your learning so very simple. And this is not a static plan, guys. This is an adaptive plan. Every single activity can change in real time based on how you're performing. And it's not just the activities that we give you for the current week. We actually plan for you for the entire proper study plan. For example, you can actually click on the calendar link. You can actually click on the calendar view and you can see your entire journey being planned and you can access any part of it. So this was one big version. Again, if I want to talk about Viz 1.0, there is a lot to talk about, but just very quick, is one big thing that we did to solve that one key problem that you're talking about, that how do we plan our studies? How do we know that? What do we do next? So all those things are planned by the AI in real time for you using the simple technology that we created and making your life easy. But we didn't stop there. We said, okay, yeah, like we have to create a study plan, but we also have to identify students' strengths and weaknesses. I have a question. Chiranjeev is saying, I took a leave for a month to prepare for GMAT. I can use the whole month. Will it be enough to get 700 plus? In fact, very similar question, Chiranjeev, I get asked many times. In fact, students come and ask me, okay, how do you condense everything in 1 month? Or let's say I have been preparing for some time now. I'm already at a 600. How do I get to a 700? And how do I focus on the basic things? How do I focus on those areas where I am weak at? So what we do at GMAT Viz is we say, okay, don't worry about that. Our mechanism is going to help you understand where your strong and weak areas are. So whenever you are working on the platform, it's possible that after you have completed a quiz, let's say, for example, I'm just going to show you, let's say this quiz is done and completed by me now. Right after that, the AI will automatically identify, okay, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Okay, it automatically analyzes your strengths and weaknesses. It identifies personalization for you, and it automatically gives you some suggestions on that. In fact, we have revamped this. I'm going to show you a more advanced version of this right now. But what you're seeing here is real-time improvement modules based on your strengths and your weaknesses in this particular quiz. You can click on whether you want to accept the personalization or not. If you accept that personalization, if you ask the AI that, okay, I want this to be added to my course or removed from my course, your course is going to be changed in real time. So you can see that there are some short videos which are added on your weak areas and some additional questions which are also added. So what we tried to do was that if you are weak at something, we wanted you to work on that right away. Okay, so this is what we did in Viz 1.0. Just a short overview of what we did. Again, there were a lot of things, the course structure, the entire learning curve, and all of that. But again, I'm not talking about Viz 1.0 today. I'm going to focus now on Viz 2.0. I just wanted you to have a background about what we did earlier. So in simple terms, we believe that there are 3 steps of learning for our students. And initially, we knew that we wanted to focus on all 3 learning stages and create something which uses where we can use artificial intelligence to personalize learning at each stage. Now doing that, for learning phase is what we prioritize, that okay, this is something which we have to use through go through technology and prioritize right away. So Viz 1.0 was focused on the learning phase. And then with time, as we were able to move forward, we said, okay, for the fine-tuning phase, we are going to have technology, but we are also going to give people mentors, dedicated mentors. Every student who takes our complete packages got dedicated mentors. Those mentors helped them get a 700+ score comfortably. And we also created AI-driven mock tests as a part of Viz 1.0 itself. Again, slightly later, towards the beginning of 2021, but this is what we were doing till now. Viz 1.0, taking care of learning phase, and mock phase is AI-driven mocks, and the mentors continuously help students. But what we also were doing on the background was we were collecting tons of data. So in the last entire year, we served about 1,000+ students. And then the entire year, we make sure we captured all the data points for these 1,000+ students. So there were millions of data points that we had captured with the students. And basis our discussion with the students, we were able to identify what works and what did not work. And basis all this discussion, we were able to architect our Viz 2.0, which is the future of online learning, which I want to present to you now. Okay, so let's get going to that part, okay, which is what we are here for. So as you already know, I talked about a few things that we have introduced, which is first thing which we wanted to make sure was that you are never clueless. You should never be clueless about what your weak areas are. We did not want you to actually be confused. We should actually you should never feel that you have no idea about where to work on. Let's say you have completed the course. It's possible that you have completed the course, or you have done other courses, whatever. You have completed the course. You are done with most of the things, but you still are, let's say, 50 points away from your target score. Your target is 750 or at a 700 score in the mock test. How do you know what do you need to bridge now? We wanted you to have clear picture around that. And that's when the core weakness analysis engine was created by us. I'm going to show you that very, very soon. Second thing which we wanted to take care of was that once you're done with the course, you're done with the concept boosters, you're done with the practice quizzes, and this is the lingo that we use in GMAT-Viz, but there are many, many well-structured, well-designed quizzes in the learning phase of your course. After that, when you move to the fine-tuning phase, we don't want you to actually worry about what should I practice now. We wanted you to have a clear picture about where you are putting your effort and where you should not put your effort. So we wanted you to have assisted quizzing using VizQuiz. And we are going to talk about this at length. This is a very big and very unique feature that we have designed. The third thing that we wanted to cover was we do not want you to be clueless about how to analyze mocks. And again, we have helped thousands of students analyze their mock tests through our mentorship discussions. And those mentorship discussions are not going to go anywhere. Okay, it's not like you're not going to have mentors. You are going to have mentors still. So what we want to do is we want to empower you with an amazing progress plan for every single stage of your mock. So basically any mock that you are doing based on your performance, the AI can now create a step-by-step action plan, and not just an action plan that's going to be integrated with the course. So you just have to click a button and it will take you to what you need to do, as simple as that. So we wanted that progress plan to be created for each and every mock. So now when you discuss with your mentors, you actually come to them after improving on your weak areas, and the discussion is of a whole together different level. And at the same time, we also wanted to empower you with much more analytics, much more data. So we have created this Viz mentorship mechanism, which is different from speaking to a individual mentor. You can definitely still connect with your mentors, but now 24/7, you can use this feature to know where you're going wrong, where you're going right, and all of that. And then we wanted to include the OG solutions as a part of the course, OG analysis and error log, as we call it. We have introduced that, and we have also introduced much more control on personalization. So I'm going to talk about all these things. Okay, Anuj, at what point during the course we start using mocks? Again, ideally, you should complete the course. As I said, the 3 stages of learning. Remember that. Learning phase, fine-tuning phase, and once your fine-tuning is over, then you move to the mock test phase. Okay, so that is something which is done in that particular sequence. So let's focus on the core weakness analysis. And now, guys, I'm going to talk about what we have done, but we also need to understand what's generally present in the industry. So let me ask you guys, when you are studying, then again, this is a question more to non-GMAT-Viz students. When you are studying and when you are actually doing courses on your own, what is the main problem that you face to identification of your weaknesses? What is the main issue that you face? And I want you guys to tell your answers in the chat. And this is to non-GMAT-Viz students more importantly, because at GMAT-Viz we provide a lot of information and doubts. Not a lot of information and data, basically. Okay, Chiranjeev and Aditya, I'm definitely gonna take your questions as well. Do I still have to solve OG if I do the Viz courses and tests? So Chiranjeev, if you ask me, do you need to do it? I would say the need probably is not there, but do we recommend it? Yes, because see, all the questions on GMAT-Viz are more, based on official questions itself, as in we are creating questions which are similar difficulty level, similar things are tested on the official questions as well. But at the same time, what we need to always understand is an official question gives you much more confidence if you get it right. Our questions are of a similar difficulty level. You're doing well there, but if you also do the official questions and do well over there, your joy, your confidence is of a different level. So we always recommend doing official questions. Okay, Rahul says, beyond that point, I don't know how to improve. Okay, so I only have one comment till now. Others are if you're feeling shy, feel free to open up, guys. I want this to be interactive. I don't want it to be a one-way communication. I know it's a launch event. It's not a typical webinar. In a launch event, you generally don't get to talk a lot. The presenter is presenting all the time, but I want you to share your thoughts as well. What are the problems that you face with respect to understanding your weaknesses? And trust me, guys, when I was a student in your place, I used multiple platforms, and the kind of data that I used to get was something like this. That I'm doing in sentence correction. This is how I'm performing in critical reasoning. This is how I'm performing in RC. I used to get a very, very high level data. That's generally the case with most of the courses out there. Some courses go to a slightly more advanced level where they might tell you, okay, you are not doing well on modifiers, you are not doing well on pronouns, but how do I improve that? That's something which many people don't tell. And in fact, what I saw was, and in fact, this is something which I saw from some of the companies that I previously worked for. I don't want to name anyone, but some of the companies that I previously worked for was that, okay, if you are solving a verb tenses question, and if you get that verb tenses question wrong, they'll just say, okay, your verb tense performance is poor. You're poor in verb tenses. But guys, let's understand it in deep. Okay, understand it this way. A sentence correction question, if it is testing you primarily on verb tenses, doesn't mean that if you get it wrong, you are always wrong on verb tenses. It's possible that you pick the choice where the verb tenses were used correctly. So you did not have any problem with verb tenses, but there was a pronoun issue which you actually were not able to identify, or there was a modifier issue which you were not able to identify. Similarly, in quant, you might have gotten a prime numbers question wrong because it was testing you on exponents as well. You knew the concept of prime numbers, but you actually did not know the concepts of exponents that well, and you made a mistake because of that. So we wanted to create an accurate representation of your understanding. And that's when, even in the Viz 1.0, what I'm showing you right now is Viz 1.0 functionality. We created much more accurate and powerful data. Okay, so what we did was we created much more powerful data. So for example, we don't just go to the extent of showing you just that number properties algebra, what are your scores in each of them. We also wanted to tell you what are your skills in each area. Like, why are you lagging in this particular area? That, okay, you're having problems with considering cases, you're having problem with simplification, you're making mistakes because of these reasons. I wanted you to understand where are you making those errors, and we capture data at an option level. We don't just look at the question difficulty or the question topic, we look at the options. So if you're making a mistake because of exponents, not prime numbers, you will be actually you will penalize for exponents, and you will be given good marks for prime numbers. So we do that way. We do it that way. We do accurate data representation. So a lot of data is present in the old system as well. We had a lot of data in the old system. But now what we have done is we have taken it to the next level. And again, this is just a short overview of the data which was there. There is a lot more data, there was a lot more data about individual topics and all of that, difficulty levels and all of that. But now what we have done is, let's say as a student, it's difficult for you to read this data. It's difficult for you to understand this data. We don't want you to do that. We don't want you to get bogged down because you are probably not good at understanding why are you struggling. So what we have now launched, and this is Viz, this is going to be Viz 2.0 core weakness analysis. And all GMAT-Viz students, this is live on your portal. You can log in, you can check it out. If you're not a GMAT-Viz student, Shakib, I would request you to please post the link to actually a free trial so that guys can check it out. But this is the next level thing that we have designed now. So basically, we don't want you to now look at data anymore. If you don't want to, don't look at data. Just click on individual tabs like quant, and the AI is now going to analyze the data for you itself, identify your strengths and weaknesses, and even give you proper suggestions. So now what it has done is it has given you very categorically told you that, okay, your skill score in topics under Solidify concepts is low, which basically means you need to work upon those. These are your low hanging fruits. These are the areas where you are not doing well on the concepts. You have to understand, you have to improve your understanding of the concepts in this case. So we want you to first focus on these areas. That's what we do. That's what we tell you to do first. Okay, so this is what you can see over here in the Solidify concept phase. The second phase that you see over here is basically the fine-tune phase, where we say, okay, you are not having issues with your concepts anymore. You're just having issues with the fine-tuning. You just need to improve and do better fine-tuning than usual, as in you just need to improve your methodology. You just need to improve your process part a little. So that's what you need to focus on now in this part. And then we also tell you which are the areas where we need to improve your timing. And the best part is we're not just telling you all this, guys. If you have to solidify your concept, obviously you have to go through concepts, right? So it's not, we don't just want to analyze the data and categorize it into one bucket that, okay, this is where you're going wrong. No, we want to go to the next level. We want the AI to even identify what you need to do. So what we did was we said, okay, let's put this mechanism where the student can actually, on a click of a button, on a simple click of a button, the revise button on the bottom, I'll just show it to you right away. Revise button on the bottom, if you just click on that, okay, so let's come to that part. If you click on this button, it will automatically create a module for you. It will automatically create a module which is focused on your weak area. So you can see this triangles, rectangles, estimation rounding, but the exact areas which you are weak at. It automatically creates those lessons for you. So you are just supposed to work on these lessons right now. So let me just again show you these lessons. So you're just supposed to click on these lessons, work on these lessons. The moment you work on these lessons, these are low hanging fruits, you will be able to see a significant improvement in your conceptual understanding. Now, what comes next after you have worked on conceptual understanding? We want you to solidify those concepts. We want you to actually work on those problem areas. So how do you do that? We will help you with that as well. All you have to do is click on this Solidify concept button and create a quiz. And you can see this quiz is created for you based on your weak areas. It will only take up questions from your weak areas, and it will also suggest you the timing. So you can see right now on the screen, this quiz mentions by default that you should take 28 minutes for 10 questions. Why is it not mentioning 20 minutes? Any idea, guys? GMAT gives you only 2 minutes per question, but why are we saying you should take 28 minutes for 10 questions, not 20 minutes? I want you guys to tell me if you can think any reason why we have asked you to do that. Any idea, guys? Any reasons that you guys can think of behind this? Okay. I want to see some responses from you guys. My question is very simple. Any reason why you think we have given 28 minutes instead of 20 minutes? This is the time which you get on GMAT. Archie says it's personalized for us. Okay. Anuj says this is to solidify. Take our time first to learn methodology, Julia. Great points, guys. I'm so glad to see this. And I want you to understand the kind of thought process that I went behind creating this. Okay. The kind of thought that we have given to each and everything. And I want to salute the entire product team, Shakib, Utkarsh, and everyone in the content team who has thought of this. Because understand it this way, guys. If your conceptual knowledge is worth, we can't expect you to right away learn those concepts and actually take a quiz and get it right in 20 minutes. It's wrong. You have to first learn how to solve the problem. Very good point, Chiranjeev. That's exactly the point. You have to first learn how to solve the problem correctly, and then only you can get to the next step. So if you work on this, if you improve your score, the next time you come to the platform and ask you to actually give questions on this area, it will automatically reduce the time. That's the level of intelligence which is there behind the scene. It is able to identify all of that for you. Okay. And if I go to the next step, let's say, okay, let's talk about topics where you have to fine tune your concepts. Okay. I'm just going a step back. Fine tune your concepts. So obviously your conceptual knowledge is fine now. You just have to improve a little more. You have to just practice a little more on these areas, because we still feel there is a little bit of a scope there for improvement. It's still not beyond a 75% mark or 80% mark. So you can still move beyond this number, but you're a decently skilled person at this. Okay, you're a decently skilled person as this. So what we do is we ask you to fine tune. And if you see over here, the time given to you is 20 minutes, not 28 minutes, because we know that your conceptual knowledge is fine. So you don't need to spend more time here. You just need to practice it in a timed environment and get this right. So that's what we do for you. You can see these questions. If you want, you can always increase the questions. Again, these are just data points which are not restrictive. See, one thing at GMATWiz is for sure, we don't want you to be restricted. The AI is always there to assist you. If you want to change, make any change, we are happy. We have no problem with that. So all of this is there in front of you. You can use this in dynamic terms. You can click on improve timing as well, and it will create a quiz specifically for the timing issues that you're having. So that's the level of analysis that we have tried to do through AI. So there's no human being which is sitting here, guys, but it's actually doing the same thing which a human being will do when they look at the data. So it shifts through tons of data, it shifts through tons of things to actually do all this for you. And guys, again, all of this is available on your dashboard. You guys can log in, check it out yourself, see how it is working, and everything is available on the dashboard itself. It's live, you can use it as we speak even now. Okay, so I want to show you a few things here. Okay, Bharat has saying GMAT student here, have my GMAT scheduled in a week. Wish this tool was available earlier. We also wish the same, Bharat, but this requires a lot of effort. It took us almost an entire year to develop the mechanism behind this. There's a lot of thinking that goes behind it. There's a lot of architecture, tech, which goes behind this. And we iterated at a very fast speed. Even then, it took us an entire year. And trust us, guys, we are still not there. We are still not there. We have just introduced what we want to do, and there are so many different things which are still yet to be done. But we want to create a mechanism where when there is a significant advantage that is given to you right away, and the moment we feel that we have improved our course again more significantly, and trust me, guys, this is already, even Viz 1.0 was already miles ahead of what other courses offer. Most of the courses in the entire industry, and this is because I was a student myself, I was a tutor myself at many places. Most of the courses focus on just content. They do not focus on technology, and the focus on technology is just to reach more students. But we want to take technology to actually to the next level, to personalize, to help you learn. And our Viz 1.0 was already miles ahead of the competition. Now with Viz 2.0, we are to the next level altogether. And Viz 3.0 is also coming, guys. So that's gonna be the next level always. Okay, this upgrade Atul is readily available. It's actually live on your portal. You just have to log in and it's there. Okay, so it's there available for all of you. So I'm gonna just show this. I'm gonna share the screen a little while later, and I'll actually show you guys a lot more of the this analysis which I was talking about. Again, there's a okay. Let me actually do it right away. So I'll just quickly show you a few things which we did not capture in this particular video. So we will actually show you that those things as well on the portal right now. So it's not like you guys can probably see my screen already. So it's not like we are just giving you information, like we are just giving you analysis. If you still want to look at data, again, there are many people who want to analyze data. And let me ask this question to you guys. Okay, how many of you want to still analyze data? This is a great feature, but you want to still look at data yourself. You want to have control in your hands still. How many of you want to do that? Quick yes, no, guys over here. Quick yes, no, guys over here. Okay, great. And we understand that. See, as I said, GMATWiz we always believe in making sure that we are providing you with suggestions, but we don't want to restrict you at any point of time. So we are not going to steal your data. Your data is there with you, in front of you. So I'm happy. Again, I'm also happy to see that about 26% of you say, okay, I don't care about data. I have the suggestions right now in front of me. So what do I do with the data? So that's okay. But yes, we don't want to steal the data away from you. So the data is right in front of you over here. So you can see in reality, what is your score like? And just let me actually resize the screen a little. And you can probably see this properly, that what is your score in individual modules, what is your quant and skill level scores in each of the areas. And we have tried to make it very, very easy for you to read. So see this, guys, like you're able to see in PS and DS what's your score like, what's your timing. You can actually see your timing in PS and DS separately. So that way you will be able to understand where are you lacking. So if you want to control things yourself, so you can see that the student is definitely having problems with data sufficiency. In PS, the timing is good, the score is good. So DS is what is required to be worked upon for this guy. Okay, so if you click on data sufficiency, you can see that overall when I see, and it's very easy to read, the greens basically mean you are good on those topics, the blues mean decently well, but the reds mean those are the areas of improvement. So overall, if you see, this is the performance. The moment I click on DS, I see how many areas the problems start coming in. So what I know is for sure that the student is not having problem with proper concepts on those areas probably, but what they are struggling with is the application in data sufficiency questions, and that's where they need to improve upon. So again, there's a lot more data, guys. There's a lot more data. You can see the data in quant, you can see the data in verbal. Obviously, if you have attempted something, you'll only see the data then. So all these things are provided to you in real time by the AI. So we are not taking your data away. The data stays as is, but we just wanted to make sure that you have proper control over your analysis as well. So if you don't want to go through data, if you don't want to go through all the pain, all this is live in front of you. Okay, so that's what we always wanted to do. Next, go to the next stage, guys. So what is that we have done other than this? BizMox. Again, we launched BizMox this year. Even when we launched it, it came with a very unique feature. It came with a very unique feature that it automatically analyzes your strengths, it automatically analyzes your weakness and tells you what to do next. But we were still not happy. We said, no, we don't want students to just read through data and see, okay, I need to work on number properties, or I need to work on, let's say, prime numbers or modifiers. We wanted it to be the next level thing again. We wanted you to have improvement modules right then and there. And that's when we said, okay, let's do that. And trust me, guys, if you go to other mock tests, and again, I don't want to talk about other competitors over here, but official mocks provide you this level of analysis. That's your score and your timing data. That's all. Some companies do provide better data points, but that is limited to how is your performance in sentence correction, critical reasoning, and RC. How is your timing performance? All of that. But in GMAT-Viz, we believe in something else altogether. So when you are taking a mock test, and this is for everyone who has taken a mock test recently, or even if you have taken the mock test earlier, you can still go and check this out yourself. So you come to the mocks, you click on the review button if you want to. You can see the overall compilation of all the data points, see your overall performance. You can even see the performance in mocks and course. So in the course, you were doing this well. In the mocks, how were you performing compared to your course? You will see all this data so that you can see whether it is anxiety which is kicking in or anything like that. And it provides you pinpoint feedback that your score in geometry, number properties, word problems, algebra have improved in these modules. Your scores have improved. All this feedback is given to you in general for all the mocks compiled in one place. So you can see all this level of analysis. The data is still there. There's a lot of data for you to understand, but we want to make things simple for you. You click on the review button, go to the mock test, you see your scores and all, that's fine. But the AI again starts running. It identifies your areas of improvement and then it does magic for you. It creates an improvement module once again. It looks at it, tells you, okay, this is where your conceptual knowledge is good. You just need to practice more. Click on practice, start practicing, guys. You can improve your score by practicing over here, okay? Similarly, you can click on these buttons, take the practice quiz right away on your weak areas. And then it tells you, okay, these are the low-hanging fruit, guys. Okay, these are the areas where you also have conceptual gaps. Look at your scores. This clearly means that you did not have a sound understanding of these concepts. So click on this revise button and it will again create a revision module for you, which will contain those exact elements that you are not good at. Okay, so we are using the same improvement module mechanism which I showed you on the dashboard, but the data analysis is next level. It is analyzing your mock in real time automatically. You can click on revise, you can click on then practice and practice those questions and improve your scores. Now let me ask you guys a very important question. How many of you have seen this feature anywhere else on any other mock test? Any other mock test that you guys can think of, you have seen this feature? Quick yes, no, guys. Just want to see if you guys have seen this feature anywhere else. Quick yes, no. If you have not seen it, just say no. If you have seen it elsewhere, say a yes. Elsewhere, when I say elsewhere, I mean except GMAT-Viz. Don't include GMAT-Viz into it. We are talking about that. Have you seen this feature elsewhere? Have you seen this feature elsewhere, which creates an automatic study plan, not just tell you data points, guys. I'm not just talking about data. I'm talking about real-time improvement modules. At a click of a button, it helps you on improving things. I'm not talking about data. I'm talking about improvement modules, guys. Have you seen this at any other place? And I want to see all your responses, guys. I want to see your individual responses on this. There are about 50 people in the session right now with me. I just want to see everyone's responses here. Shubham, it looked good. It definitely does. When I leave the mock test and come back later, my review will still be available? So yeah, you should not leave the mock test, Chiranjeev. You should complete the mock test. Only then we can analyze your data. So definitely complete the mock test. That's one thing which you definitely have to do. Okay, great, guys. I see a good number of responses already. I'm going to end the poll. So 88% of you say that you have not seen it elsewhere. Some of you are saying that you have seen it elsewhere. I would be glad to know where you have seen it. But trust me, we have not seen a single place where you have this level of mock analysis, this different level of mock analysis, automated mock analysis. And as I said, we don't take away your data from you. Okay, so all the data is still available. You kind of want to go through the data. You can see, let's go to the data points actually. So you can go to the quant tab, see your skill score, see your data time-wise, even analysis of feedback analysis is also given, basically performance-wise in which quarter, how you perform, pacing, accuracy. Again, most of the information which is given in ESR, the level of information is also provided over here. So all this is there for you to read. If you want to read it, if you want to take control in your hands, you can always do that. So you can always do that. But trust me, you have to, you can actually just stay on the recommendation screen and make your life easy if you don't want to go through all this. But I would still recommend to go through all this. Again, data, I love data analysis. I always feel that data empowers me a lot more. But here we wanted to empower with even AI-driven insights in real time. Okay, so happy to see that some of you are saying it's very promising. Some of you are saying very user-friendly interface. We have tried to make your life easy. That's the entire objective through content, through tech, and obviously one part of it is user interface as well. So happy to know this, guys. Shubham says this mock analysis feature looks good. I gave official mark and I only got the score, didn't see any analysis. That's a common problem, Shubham. That's one problem that we wanted to solve. We were tired of students coming to us and telling us, okay, in fact, when I take calls, I generally speak to about 7 to 8 students every day. At least 50% of them tell me that, okay, I have taken this mock test. My score is 580. I don't know what to do next. I'm looking at a 720. I don't have no idea what to do next. We don't want that to happen with you. We want you to have clear picture about every single step of your learning curve. Okay. The next feature is assisted quizzing. Okay. And assisted quizzing is again this is another frontier where we wanted to make sure that when you are learning on the platform, when you are quizzing on the platform, how do you actually quiz? Do you get proper insights into quizzing? And every single thing we wanted to cover up here. So what we have done is simple. We have done 3 simple things in our quizzing engine now. Okay, 3 very different things. Okay, than what we actually did earlier. So even earlier, our quizzing platform was comparable to the best quizzing platforms in the world. Okay, best quizzing platform. When I say the best, which are there with our competitors, we had the best quizzing platform. We have taken the thing to the next level. We don't just want to play with UI. We don't just want to play with, let's say, marketing budget and say, okay, we have done this amazing things. We want to give real beneficial inputs to you. And that's when we came up with this idea of assisted quizzes. Okay, what is assisted quizzes? Assisted quizzes is where you can actually create a quiz based on your weaknesses. And in fact, guys, what we have launched right now is just 50% of what we want to deliver to you. Okay, there is another 50% which is going to come, and very soon it might come as this 3.0 advice come as something which might happen in like next 4 or 5 months, 6 months also. But assisted quizzing is a mechanism where you can actually tell the platform that, okay, I want to work on these things. I want to work on my weak areas. I want to work on my strong areas. I want to work on my incorrect areas. Okay, what I've done incorrectly. We wanted you to be empowered with assisted quizzing. You don't have to worry about what kind of quiz you should create. Obviously, you have an option. As I said, fully customizable is third point. We want it to still be fully customized. You can create it customized in any format you want, but we also want to assist you. Okay, and then another thing we wanted to make sure was revision to be simplified. If you have done the course, you are towards the last leg of your prep. Many people come to me and say, okay, Piyush, in the last 1 week, there was another student, I guess, Bharat, last 1 week of your prep. How do I revise? Okay, how do I know which, again, there are questions in the course. And in fact, this is one common problem across all platforms. When you do the course, there are questions which are embedded in the course. There are quizzes which are embedded in the course, and there are different quizzes and questions elsewhere. So how do you revise all of them at once? You have to open each quiz individually, revise. That's not a very easy mechanism. And we wanted this to be worked upon. And that's when we have launched a very, very new UI for the quiz, and not just UI, a completely new functionality in our Viz quiz rather. Okay, and I'm going to show that to you as of now right away, to just share my screen and show that to you guys. Just allow me a second. I should be able to do it now. So I hope you guys can actually see this now. So what you are seeing is a very new format of our Quizard. Those of you who are GMAT students, let me ask you a question. How many of you like this new interface? Quick yes, no. And this is to our GMAT students. This is a new interface over the previous Quizard. How many of you like this new interface over the last one? And or how many of you have used it and like gone through the features? A quick yes, no, guys. Just want to see your responses. Okay. Let's see some responses. Okay. Okay. Great. I see 100% yes. So I see how everyone says we like this interface. Definitely. That's great to know. Julia says I haven't experienced it yet. Don't worry. You have it in your course. You can actually do this. I'm just gonna run you through what it can do. So see, what we wanted to do was, okay, if you want assisted quizzes, if you want to customize it, you have that option open right in front of you. You can tell the quiz name, you can take the number of questions, you can tell the time, you can even say, I want to do, by default, it will give you fresh questions, which basically is unattempted questions. Okay, so it basically is by default selected, but if you want to do attempted questions, you can do that. For review, you can do all questions. Again, review, I'll show you as a separate part as well. And you can select which question pool you want to take it from, course, quiz, anything that you want. You can select the modules that you want the questions from. You can even select the topics that you want the questions from. You can mix and match things from algebra and geometry if you want to. So all those functionalities are there. This was there in the previous course also, like the previous Quizard also. But what we have now introduced is personalized quizzing, the assisted quizzing that I was talking about. So you tell that, okay, I want to take the Viz help, the help of the Viz to actually create the quiz. So you tell, okay, whether you want a new quiz or you want to reattempt a quiz. Let's say I want a new quiz. So it asks me, okay, do I want to work on the concepts where I have gaps in my understanding, or like in conceptual understanding, or do I take a fine-tuning quiz or a timing quiz? Again, very similar to the dashboard, but you have the functionality to actually take that assisted quiz. But if you want to reattempt a quiz, okay, let's say you want to just work on the questions where you were not doing well on earlier. Let's say you got those questions wrong. If you want to just take a quiz of that format, in that format, okay, just to work on your incorrect questions, you can actually do so. You can create a quiz, you can name it, you can actually tell, okay, I just want to first work on easy and medium questions. And this part is very important. Why is this important? Because if you have made a mistake, probably there's a big reason why you made those mistakes. And if you want to review those mistakes, and if you want to avoid those mistakes, let's say you can do that, you want to just go over them in the last 10 days of your before the test, you can do this now very easily at a click of a button. It's that simple. Okay, click, identify which more topics, difficulty levels you want, PSDS, anything you can do. Okay, and this is not just for quant, guys, it's for verbal as well. Same thing is there in verbal, so you can do that. In fact, if you have bookmarked any question, okay, and sometimes I always recommend my students to do this, like always bookmark questions. Whenever you see an important question, bookmark it. So if you have bookmarked the question and you want to review it, and obviously you would have bookmarked it for review purposes, you can just create a bookmark quiz. You can create a tagged quiz also. Now, tagged quiz is a different concept that we have introduced now. I'm going to talk about it in a very short while. So we'll talk about that tagged quiz format. And this is a very unique idea that we had from a long time, like around 4 years, we had this idea, we wanted to build on it. And now, thankfully, we have been able to create this as a functionality. But this is assisted quizzing that you have. But at any point of time, as I said, we also want to make sure your revision is simplified. Your revision is as simple as it is. So what we have done is that you want to review concepts. Let's say you don't want to take it in the form of a quiz. You want to just review those questions, okay? You don't want to take it in the form of a quiz, okay? So what you do is you simply come here, or if you select all pools, all type of questions, everything, you just click on review, and you can actually create a proper pool of all the questions which you have done to till date. You will know whether you have gotten this question right or wrong. All of this questions pool is created for you. But let's say you don't want to create a complete review. You don't want to do an entire review. You want to take control in your hands and you want to just do specific things in the review part. So let's say your objective, let me go back to the review screen once again. So let's say our objective right now is to work on reviewing concepts which were related to algebra. You just tell, okay, I want to do algebra, or I want to just do DS questions. Again, remember this student, which I'm showing you right now, is weak in DS questions. Okay, is weak in DS questions, and this is something which you can do now. You can review all the DS questions at one place, and not just PS, DS, and this topics, guys. We have also introduced something called this tags. Okay, and this tags is something where you can actually tell when you are done with the so this is something which you can only use if you have actually put in a little more effort. So what we have done till now is we have used AI to identify what could be your gaps, like why you made a mistake, where you are not able to picturize something, where you're not able to simplify something. But sometimes we feel that it is like some other reason also is possible. Sometimes people tell me, okay, how do you know that I made a guesswork, I did a calculation mistake? How do I know all of that? Many people actually ask this question. So we give you the flexibility. When you complete a quiz, you get an option to tag each question saying that, okay, I made a mistake in this question because I made a calculation mistake, or I fell for a trap, or I forgot or couldn't apply the concept, or I took a guesswork. So if you want to just review later on the questions that you guessed, because you obviously did not do 100% on them, and you want to redo those questions, you want to review those questions, you can come here, do this right now, right here. And this is something which will combine both your course and Quizard questions, like the quiz questions. So it will combine all questions in one place for you. It's that simple, guys. Okay, and that's the power of technology, guys, for you. We can actually do a lot more than this. We are going to definitely do a lot more than this. And I see some people really impressed by what we have done, but we don't want to stop at this. We are definitely going to do much more than this. But even right now, what we have done is something which will help you review and revise your learning, like the entire course to the next level. Okay. And I know, Shakib, I'm doing a complete monologue here, but if you want to add anything which I'm missing out on, please feel free to unmute and talk about it. David?
No, Piyush, you're covering everything, I think. Okay. So that's great.
Great. Happy to know that.
But currently we don't have, we cannot configure these tags now, but we can introduce this feature later on. For now, we have taken most of the tags which we feel, most of the students would want to mark.
Yes, very, very great in terms of like the most common tags that we get, and definitely configuring these tags. Probably that's a feature request. You can definitely keep that. Like definitely do that. Great. Okay, guys. So let's move on to the next part. So with mentorship, now we wanted to also make sure that if you want guidance from a mentor in real time, you get that in real time. So you can actually come to the Viz mentorship screen and ask the mentor that I want to evaluate my performance. And it's like speaking to a person. It's like asking questions from a person. Again, I know it's not a person, it's an AI-driven mentor, but still you can ask, okay, I want you to evaluate my quant performance, or I want you to evaluate my verbal performance. You can clearly tell that to the mentor, and the mentor will go back database, see exactly how you're performing, and it will tell you how are you performing in sentence correction, what is your timing, whether there's a scope for improvement, your difficulty level feedback, how are you doing in each difficulty level, what is the topic level feedback, that okay, in each topic, in pronouns, for example, you have to review the video lessons. For sentence basics, you have to work on taking quizzes on VizQuiz. You have to improve your timing for these areas. And not just this, guys. If you want to also understand what should I do next, it will even actually create an improvement module for you. But it's not just a just run-of-the-mill AI. It's a very intelligent AI. It even sees that are you ready, or you should actually work on improvement modules right now or work on the quiz. For example, you can see that the student has completed just 15% of the quizzes in verbal. Just 15%. Right now, if you're interacting with a mentor, it's probably not the right time because you're yet to complete the course. So if you don't complete the course, what is the point of focusing on weak areas right now? So what we want to do is we want you to actually focus on the first complete or the work on the course itself. Okay, and if you work on the course, you will be able to see an improvement, hopefully yourself. But let's say you still want to say, okay, no, I don't want to go to the course. I want further suggestions right now. I want to improve. As I said, the AI is not restrictive. It's there to assist you. You can actually get a step-by-step action plan. And again, in step 1, we are still going to force you to go to the course. So that's something which we definitely want to do. We definitely want to go to the course and improve first. So if you still want to ignore that, you can go to topic 2, step 2, where you can actually work on the weak areas revision right now. Again, you will click on this button. It will again call the same function, which will create a proper topic-wise review list for you. So Shakib, you want to say something?
Yeah. Regarding the 4th point, I'll come to it.
Okay, great. So that's basically how we do it. And again, this is designed by Shakib. He's the main architect behind this. I might skip out on a few things myself.
So there was just one query which I wanted to take, because at the start of the webinar, Anush asked this question, right? At what point during the course should we start attempting mocks? And I think if you currently look at all these steps, the Viz is not suggesting you to take mocks. So ideally, at a certain point of time, when you complete sufficient amount of the course, and if your scores are good, you'll be automatically seeing that suggestion from the Viz itself. So you would not even have to realize that or figure it out on your own. You keep on regularly checking this, trying to figure out what are the steps that you need to do, and at a certain point of time, when the Viz feels you're ready to take the mock, it will add that as one of these steps in this plan.
And I guess if you click on that, it takes us to the mock.
It takes us
right?
to the mock.
It takes us.
Yes.
Great. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to think about, okay, am I ready for the mocks right now? If you're not, the Viz will not guide you for doing that. If you're ready, the Viz will automatically guide you for doing that. It's exactly like speaking to a mentor. This is what I used to do on my mentorship calls. Like when I speak to students, that are you ready for a mock? Probably not. Like probably we have to still do that, still work on our weak areas. Because see, one big mistake which people do is they take mocks prematurely and they waste their time, they waste their mocks. Because if you are weak in something, what is the point of taking the mock test? The mock test is going to tell you the same thing, the same story. Imagine that I right now take a mock test, and in this case, I will end up seeing a poor score in all these areas that I can see. I have to first work on the weak areas, and that's what the Viz and the mentorship will actually guide you to do that. Okay, so this is the level of analysis that you can do. And again, you can always start over. You can actually ask the mentor that, okay, I want to now analyze my performance in quant, and again, it will analyze this performance. It will do the same thing again for you. So that's the level of depth that we go into in the entire course. Okay, so the next thing that we have introduced is the OG analysis, okay, the official guide analysis and the error log. Now, a lot of people said that, okay, we want to improve our, we want to maintain an error log on the OG. Okay, everything on your platform is great. Everything on your platform is good, but what about OGs? Now, official guide questions are copyright of GMAT. We cannot show them on our platform, definitely. You have to definitely buy a book. So if you are on this page, you can only use this if you have an official guide version. Right now, we have provided a mapping of Official Guide 2021, but just to make it clear, guys, to all of you who are attending this webinar, Official Guide 20 and 22 will be launched will be mapped on the platform within next 10 days itself. So by the 10th of July, you're gonna have the mapping for Official Guide 20 and 22. So don't worry about that at all. Okay. Right now, we have made it live for those who have Official Guide 2021. They can come and use this feature. You can just click on the search button and it will tell you the list of questions that you should solve. Okay, so it tells you, okay, 503, 504, these are the question numbers that you need to solve from the book. So all you have to do is open the book, open this question number and attempt this question. Okay, and if you want to select a particular type of question, for example, you want to do questions on modifiers. Okay, so you can do this filtering, so it will automatically show you modifier related questions. You can increase the number of entries on the page if you want to, so that way you see everything here. If you want to just work on, let's say, prime numbers, you can say prime numbers, or you can say pronouns. You can whatever you want. Again, I did prime numbers on verbal, so it's not showing me anything. So if I do prime numbers or quant, it will definitely show me the list of prime number related topics here. Okay, so I'm just focusing on verbal as of now, but let's say I want to do critical reasoning questions. Okay, so what I can do is I can just click on attempt over here. The moment I click on attempt, it will open an interface. Obviously, as I said, we cannot give you official guide questions. We cannot give you an official guide questions. So we only tell you to open the question, and once you have opened the question and you started solving the question, start this timer. Okay, you start the timer and tell the portal, okay, whenever you're done with it, you tell the portal, I have attempted question D. Okay, I feel that option D is the right answer. And if you, let's say, want to flag it for review later on or like bookmark later on, you can do that. Click on submit and it will submit the answer. It will tell you whether you have gotten it right or wrong. And if you want to view the solution, you can click on view solution and it will even show you the entire solution using the GMAT-Wiz methodology. So if you're looking at OG solutions, they're not generally very, very detailed. Over here, we have actually created solutions for the questions using the GMAT-Wiz methodology. So you can check the solutions you want to, and then once you close it, you can attempt all the questions in this format over here. And if you want to click on the downloading the error log, you can download this error log. It will automatically capture which questions you have gotten right or wrong. And not just this, there's a lot of analysis that will be captured as well. Obviously, I've not attempted questions. I've just attempted one question. So there's not a lot of analytics to show. But if you want to just look at your official guide analysis, how you're performing in official guide questions, how much time you are taking, whether you're doing it right, you're not doing it right, you want to download all this data, it's at a click of a button. You can download this data and create an Excel of your own. You can, if you're an Excel champ, you want to do the analysis yourself, you can take control in your hands. But right now, we give you this analysis automatically. Okay, so this is something which is there over here. As I'm seeing a lot of questions, we don't have anything on official review books, official guide review books, because they're slightly easier than the official guide. But we will definitely keep, we have a scope of including those as we go ahead. But what we wanted to do was not wait till the time we are done with official guide reviews and the advanced official guides also. Since we have a good number of OG questions done already, we wanted this feature to be live. And we are also in the process of uploading a good number of verbal questions. So I think about, Shakib, we have about 70% of the verbal and 100% of the quant questions uploaded.
Yes,
right?
Yes. We have close to
Yes.
330 verbal done, I think. And
okay.
For quant, all of them are uploaded. So we should have the rest by the end of next week.
Great. And this is what we wanted all of you to have. If in case you want to solve it, you still have the feature here. And as I said, we are a company that doesn't stop at things. We want to improve things as much as possible. We are miles ahead, but we want to stay miles ahead all the time. And we want you to have a real shot at getting a 700+ on GMAT, and we will do our best. You believe in us, you trust in us. Many features requests which you see today were placed by the students. Many feature requests we came up with ourselves, but we are always serious about your prep. That's something you can take care of, like be rest assured of. Okay, that's one thing which is common at GMAT-Wiz. Okay, now one more thing which is I wanted to talk about. Shakib, do we have the video on the personalization bit? Like, do you want to share your screen and show that?
The quiz one?
Yes, the personalization one where we can take control of the personalization.
Give me 1 sec.
Because one more feature that I showed you guys earlier was the personalization part. That when you complete a quiz, the AI automatically identifies if there are certain additional things that you need to do or some things that you don't need to do. And earlier we used to give a functionality to actually allow you to accept or reject the change, but it was always like you can accept the entire change. For example, there are 5 files to be added. You have to accept all 5 files, or you cannot, you don't accept any of them. But now we have given you a feature where you can actually accept just 1 of those 5 files or 2 of those 5 files. So you can pick what kind of personalization do you want. So you have much more choice now, basically.
One that you can see 4 activities here, and this is a time and distance quiz. Okay, so let's see what happens when you complete this time and distance quiz after taking it. Okay, yeah.
Let's play from here. Yes.
So obviously on submitting the quiz, the Wiz will obviously personalize a plan of action for you. And if you notice, an important thing here, Piyush, we can just pause this for at this point.
Yeah, sure.
If you notice that though you were taking the quiz of time and distance, okay, and I think Piyush mentioned something regarding we testing multiple things in a particular question, right? So if the time and distance question if you get it wrong, we don't penalize you if the mistake was of something else or not of time and distance. So look at the second suggestion. If you'll notice, it's like middle term factor to find roots of a quadratic equation, the second thing. So there's a good chance one of the questions that were there in the quiz was testing you on quadratic equations, which you did not do well in. So it is suggesting obviously topics which of time and distance also, as you can see, average speed or time and distance. If they feel that you're not doing well in these particular topics, that will also be suggested. But apart from that, if there's something else also, if the Wiz feels that you can definitely improve on, and the topic might not be related to time distance, it will also suggest that. Now the best part is previously either you had to accept all these suggestions or not accept it at all, and it was a one-time thing. But now what you can do is, Piyush, you can resume the recording if you want to.
Yes, let me do that.
So now you can select, deselect whatever things. So let's say if you don't want, you feel that you're good at Milldom Factor, you don't want it, and you don't want the PDFs of that are being suggested. So you can just select what you want and click on accept personalization. And once you do that, all these activities will get added in your plan. So now notice after the 4 activities, you can see the activities that I had added, and they are now in your activity page here. So now you can go through all of them. You can also notice there's a personalized quiz also. So let's say if you feel that you haven't done well in certain questions and you might need more questions, similar questions to practice on, then even personalized quiz will also be present here. But now you have the flexibility to choose whichever activity you feel that you need to revise and the things that you want to go through. Piyush, if you want to add something, you can.
Yes, so that's something which kind of gives that next level of like, let's say, control in your hands. As I said, we did not want you to just do something that the respect you. We wanted the AI to always suggest you things, and you have the entire control in your hands now. So this is just one thing to show you how much we care about it, how much we care about the individual, even some small things that you need to do in order to improve your score.
And just one last thing here is that, as I mentioned, this is not a one-time thing. So let's say, for example, though it's not shown in the video, but let's say you accidentally clicked on, personalize, and you want to change it again. If those things also you want to do, you can go back to that original quiz and make those changes also. So you don't have to write to us anymore and get it changed. We have given you all the power, whatever you want to change. If you want to repersonalize it, you can do that as well by going to that practice quiz.
Okay, that's great to know. That's another great feature. So if you make a mistake, still have chance to work on that and then repersonalize it. So thank you so much, Shakib, for sharing this video in depth with us. We have actually created many more things, many more features as well that we wanted to talk about. But I'll just quickly tell you. So this was this tagging thing which we mentioned towards the beginning. So we have kind of done that as well as a part of the thing. And there was there was one more thing, Shakib, that we wanted to talk about. I'm just skipping my mind. There's this tag, and okay, it's just not coming to my mind right now. But anyway, so we have a lot more features. It's not just that these are the 6 basic main big things which we have done, but we have definitely done a lot more. So what we wanted to achieve at any point of time was,
I think the activity page, the notes feature.
Which one? The notes feature, exactly. Yes. So we have even improved our note feature. So earlier we used to have the note pane on the extreme, not on the left, but it was overlay of. Let me actually show you guys. That's I think much better. So just give me 1 sec, guys.
Previously, when you used to access the note, you couldn't access the video simultaneously. So that was a problem. It used to come on top of everything. But now we have, I think Piyush must be showing it now. So now you can simultaneously look at the video, and you can keep the notes pane open at the same time and write all your notes that you want to. Okay, coincidentally, you have to go to
the student had actually completed all the video lessons personalized. So you can see here, you can click on this notes and it comes on the right now. Earlier it used to come as a pop-up, but we wanted you to actually have the notes in simple way, and you can show all your saved notes. You can click, there's a lot of formatting features here. So you can actually go through the notes, and you can then go access your notes through the My Archive section of the website itself. So this is one key feature that we introduced, and one more feature. Let me show that again. Since we are talking about it already, so let me again quickly show that to you. Which is basically, if you want to tag a question, as I said, if you have made a mistake and you want to tag it for review later on for a specific reason. Let's say you have solved this question and you feel that you have made a guess, okay, or you have fell for a trap, you have made a calculation mistake. You can actually select this, and you can again select multiple things because there could be multiple reasons, and you can update these tags. The moment you click on update the tags, these tags get updated on the backend for this question. So now you can go to your Viz quiz, and if you want to later on review any tagged questions, you can obviously do that. Even select which tags you want to review. So that's the level of analysis which is there. You can actually take control in your hands and definitely definitely work on those areas. Okay, so this is what we have achieved till now in this basically course. Okay, so what we wanted to do was we wanted to have a one-stop learning solution at GMAT-Viz, and that's what we have strived to achieve till now, not just purely from the content or the text standpoint, but from multiple standpoints. So we have made sure that you have a study plan. You are always clear about what to study at every stage of this your learning curve every single day. So you are going for hassle-free planning and studies, and your personalization is done in real time based on your core strengths and weaknesses. You get analysis at every single step. You're not in any time in the dark. And trust me, guys, all these questions that you're getting analyzed on are actually GMAT styled, GMAT difficulty level questions, not easy questions just to give you a sense of good feeling about doing well. These are real GMAT styled questions, guys. So we want to be very transparent. There are many course providers in their course. They give you very easy questions. You will feel very happy about when you're doing those questions. But later on, when you do an official mock, you kind of get a different reality check altogether. We want your course to be personalized, and analysis are done at every single step. Okay, and learn all the concepts. We want the content to be exhaustive. The concepts, every single concept is being tested. Every single type of question is tested. So in prime numbers, for example, we teach every concept of primes. We teach every type of question that can come on GMAT from prime numbers. We have done that kind of extensive research. So it's not just about technology, that in fact, the entire research has went into it. And generally I discuss this in my webinars when I take about webinars on strategy. So I'm not covering that right now, but it's a very, very in-depth, well-designed course. Okay. So quick, that's one of the biggest reasons we are today GMAT Club's most effective course based on verified reviews. And this is data as per today. Our score improvement stands at 109 points. In fact, a lot of Veritas reviews are not even verified. So we were not able to segregate that, but Veritas comes next to us, which is 98 points. And you can look at some of the other players, even players who have a lot of reviews and they claim to be the most successful ones. The score improvement is something altogether different. And this is majorly because of the tech innovation, the content innovation that you have done. Okay. So Pulkit, if you have any, if you want to use it on a mobile, you can actually access it on a mobile, but there's no app. You still have to have an internet connection. You can access it from your browser, but it works fine on your browser. Okay. So one more announcement. If you're looking at the GMAT-Viz course, if you're not a GMAT-Viz student yet, it's probably the right time to actually enroll to our course, because we are actually running a 4th of July sale, which is the US Independence Day. And we started the celebrations a little early. So in case you are looking at taking our online course, you can actually get it at a very, very substantial discounted price as of now. So if you want to check the services, the online course that we provide, and you want to enroll to it, it is a very good time to do so. You can use this link, which I've just sent in the chat. You can use this link to actually access the course.